Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these adorable sailboats using scrap wood. These are the supplies you're going to need. A wood plank, at least 18 inches in length. My boards are 3.5 inches wide by 3/4 inches thick. You can choose any size for the boat portion. Just make sure it's wider than the sail part so that it doesn't fall over when it's completed. My boat is about 9 inches in length from the long point to the long point and is about 1 3/8 inch wide and 3 3/8 inch high. I cut the angles here on the end at 10 degrees to taper them. And if you want, you can set up a stop block to make those repetitive cuts go so much faster. Now you can go about cutting the sail section several different ways. I cut my boards to 10 inches and 8 inches, then used a jigsaw, but it was a little difficult because you had to clamp it down to the bench and flip the piece because the jigsaw could only cut so far. If you wanted, you could draw everything out and cut with a jigsaw or a mini circular saw, then cut the pieces off with a miter saw. I'll demonstrate that now. Okay, I did cut this about 18.5 inches. So the first one's 8 inches. So there should be my cut line. And now I'm going to go ahead and draw the diagonal. And that will allow me to kind of clamp it out here. You could use something like this little mini circular saw, a big circular saw, a jigsaw. I'm actually going to do the 10-inch side. That way I have something to clamp on. Then I can go ahead and make my horizontal cut. 10 inches. Okay, perfect. Or if you wanted to and you have a table saw with a crosscut sled, you could use that too as an option, and I'm going to show you that one. Sailboats together using glue and biscuit, so you'll need to determine at what point you want to cut the grooves in the sails. It might be easiest to do that before you start cutting the angles, although it's not impossible to cut your angles and then do the biscuit. So I'll demonstrate both ways now. Once you find center, you can go ahead and transfer your mark. You could paint your boat any color you'd like to. I use just plain acrylic paint, or if you like the more natural look, you could do that. I did add stain to the base, but the tops are just raw wood, and they had a little bit of paint on them initially, and it gives a nice rustic look. This is just one hint. If you do decide to attach these using biscuits, use a scrap piece of wood to make sure that your spacing is right. Okay, here are my two pieces. I kind of sanded that paint job that I did. I don't want it to look too perfect. And I made this little jig here, just real simple. I'm gonna glue these together and kind of push them into the spot. And actually, I'm gonna take a brad nail and shoot it in there too. Before attaching the sails, I came in a 1/2 inch and drilled little pilot holes. Okay, once you're to this point, mark the center there and there. And then that's where I'm gonna line the biscuit joiner up to make those holes. I drilled a hole in the top of the sail and used approximately 3 feet of natural rope as a detail. I found it easiest to make this loop at the top first and feed each side of the rope through the hole and then tie the knots on the hooks. Once you make the first one, the process is pretty straightforward. I plan to sell these at a local farmer's market, so let me know what price you think people would pay for this craft. Let me also know in the comments what color combination that I did is your favorite, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, so please look me up there as well. As always, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, take care.